In all corners of our community, there are people who are making a difference. From the largest initiatives splashed on the headlines to the smallest gestures of kindness, Central Floridians have a remarkable way of caring for each other. Here, we are honoring a few of our neighbors whose efforts and accomplishments have contributed to making Central Florida a better place. Tonight, we are honoring our community's changemakers. So welcome, esteemed guests, community leaders, nominees, and community partners to the 4th Annual Changemaker Impact Awards, hosted by Heart of Florida United Way and presented by our generous sponsors. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Jeff Hayward, President and CEO of Heart of Florida United Way.
Good afternoon and welcome to Heart of Florida United Way's 4th Annual Changemaker Impact Awards, honoring members of our community who are making a difference in the lives of those in need throughout Central Florida. At United Way, we come to work every day to support Alice, asset-limited, income-constrained, employed people in our community. Alice works 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to make ends meet. But they're still only one life event away from financial ruin. All it takes is an unplanned car repair or an emergency room visit. You know Alice. You see Alice every day. And many of you changemakers here with us tonight help Alice each and every day. Alice makes your coffee every morning at your favorite coffee shop. They take your order at your favorite restaurant and clean the table for the next guest when you leave. Alice provides care for your children or for your elderly parents in nursing homes and assisted living settings. You know Alice because Alice is in every community, within every industry sector. In fact, nearly half of Central Florida's population is considered Alice, asset limited, income constrained, employed. And while we at United Way are doing everything we can do to lift Alice households up so they can do more than just barely survive, we can't do this work alone. We need the support of local change makers like yourselves to stand up, speak up, and help Alice thrive. Over the past year, the Central Florida community did just that. The devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have deeply impacted our community. The education, health, and financial stability of Central Floridians have been upended, pushing families to the brink of disaster. And thankfully, dedicated people and organizations have responded, donating their time, their talents, their treasure, and their voice to help those in need. I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to some of those friends who have stepped up in a very challenging time. To the members of United Way's Alexis de Tocqueville Society, who are some of our top supporters contributing $10,000 or more annually, thank you for your generous contributions and belief in our mission. And although there are many corporate partners and organizations who contribute to our overall success, we specifically want to thank those companies listed here for their support during this especially difficult year. These partners are those who have contributed $100,000 or more in support of our work this past year. Thank you to all of our partners who, in the midst of very challenging business times, remain dedicated to supporting your community in partnership with Heart of Florida United Way. We are so proud to honor and celebrate these champions, these changemakers, who show up to help every day and make a difference by contributing to our city beautiful and beyond. Despite the dark cloud that's loomed over us these past 18 months, there are some bright spots to be celebrated, those who've stepped up and stood out, some who have dedicated their entire careers to making Central Florida a better place. They answered the community's desperate call for help with support, compassion, bravery, and much-needed relief. They showed dedication, unity, service, and a commitment to a belief that every person deserves the opportunity to achieve their potential. Every person. And today, we're honoring the changemakers. They are joining the ranks of past Changemaker honorees like Dr. Phillips Charities, Edith Bush Charitable Trust, Nancy Alvarez, Father Jose Rodriguez, Lisa Williams, Truist, and Walt Disney World, just to name a few. Tonight's awards include 3 categories. First, the Live United Impact Award for Leadership honorees. Next, the Community Choice category, which was selected from public nominations in the categories of Unsung Hero, Changemaker Jr., Women United Impact Award, and Mission United Impact Award. And finally, the most distinct honor, Changemaker of the Year. As you can see, we have a lot of celebrating to do, so let's get started. Let's take a look at the honorees for the Live United Impact Award for Leadership.
We see every day dozens and dozens and dozens of individuals who are appearing in front of judges because of substance abuse addiction, because of mental health crises, because of homelessness.
The more I learned about some of the real stories behind some of these families, that so many people are so quick to judge, really was an aha moment for me.
I am honored to have the opportunity to come to the table with many of our community's most pressing questions, or to be a speaker to really try to elevate what we need to be doing to support our very young children and the families in our community.
I love Florida. I raised my kids here. I've spent over 50 years here. I do love Florida, but there are social needs that we have, and we need to address those needs to be the best state that we can possibly be.
We hear the news, we hear the things that are going on, we hear about the programs providing food to families. There's just so many opportunities to engage and give of your time to help others, because these are moments when it's highlighted more than ever before.
It doesn't cost $1 million to make a difference. You know, I really believe that everybody can pitch in, everybody can help in some way.
I've met literally hundreds of individuals that truly are difference makers, and they inspire me nearly daily.
I want to be counted among those in our community who pay it forward, because so many people have done that for me.
You know, any kind of volunteerism that you can do, any type of, helping other families if they need, some kind of respite care or anything like that, doesn't need to necessarily cost you money. But just a little time and attention on your part can go a long way to make a huge difference in our community.
When you're helping others, the way it makes you feel, as they say, giving back really does more for you than it does for the individual you're doing it for.
Now, you can define good any way you want, but I would define it as individuals that are trying to do the right thing at the right time, all the time.
It's all about changing lives, right? And if you can change one life, that's incredibly impactful.
So that's what inspires me, is the opportunity to be part of changing the world.
If you've lived in Central Florida for any amount of time, you've heard of Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and their dedicated leader, Dave Krepko. For the past 17 years, Dave Krepko has served as the president and CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida, a member of Feeding America, the largest domestic hunger relief organization in the United States. Dave has 29 years of experience ensuring that people receive good, nutritious food. He served as a National Feeding America board member, past president of Feeding Florida, and chair of the Feeding America Eastern region, and has also chaired various national task forces. What did Second Harvest do this past year under Dave Krepko's leadership? In this past year alone, Second Harvest distributed enough food for more than 99 million meals. They trained and placed 325 graduates of their culinary and distribution center, and generated $100 million worth of SNAP program savings through their award-winning mobile outreach efforts. This work had an annual economic impact here in Central Florida of $187 million. An innovative and tireless champion for food security, Dave has most certainly left his mark on the Central Florida community and the millions of people he and his organization have helped over these past 17 years. Congratulations, Dave, for being a Live United Impact Award for Leadership honoree.
Yeah, I'd truly like to thank the community here for their support over the years, day in and day out. Heart of Florida United Way, with your support over the decades, it has made a huge difference in what we can do. You can have a mission, but my saying is no money, no mission, right? But truly, thankfully, we can't do this work without the community. And we know that the resources that we're entrusted with, the financial donations, your time and your talent, that you trust us to do the right thing. So we thank you for that support, and we thank you for that trust. We can't do it otherwise.
Congratulations, Dave. Our next honoree loves Orlando so much, he made a career out of encouraging more people to come here. That's right, George Agell, retired president and CEO of Visit Orlando. As one of the most influential people in the meetings industry, George Agell spearheaded astronomical growth for Visit Orlando, as we were host to a record 75 million tourists in 2019, helping to solidify our ranking as the most visited destination in the United States. This major milestone is just one highlight of an illustrious 47-year career, 23 years of which were spent with the Walt Disney Company. Over this time, George helped represent the tourism industry as one of many regional voices that came together during crises, including the Pulse tragedy, the Zika virus, Hurricanes Matthew and Irma, as well as our most recent crisis, the COVID-19 pandemic. Obviously, COVID-19 had an unprecedented impact on the global tourism industry, and Central Florida was no different. Not content sitting on the sidelines, though, George served as co-chair of the Orange County Mayor's first Economic Development Task Force, charged with finding the path forward for the region's economic recovery. With a strong sense of purpose, George believes in giving back to the region for which he cares so deeply. Whether it's leading Visit Orlando's Magical Dining Initiative that raises funds for local nonprofits, or personally volunteering to support some of our community's most vulnerable children, George has certainly left a mark on this Central Florida economy and our community. Congratulations, George, for being a Live United Impact Award for Leadership honoree.
I certainly want to thank United Way for this wonderful recognition that you've given me. I've been a very passionate follower, loyal supporter of United Way for my entire career. I've always felt the organizations I was a part of needed to be a part of United Way, and try to inspire that in all the individuals and teams that I've led over the years. Thank you for what you're doing for our community. I don't know how we would get through the things we've been through before and now without the leadership and all the volunteers that you have as part of United Way. I hope to continue to be able to support you as well as I can, and I want to thank everyone involved for what's to come in the future as well. Thank you.
Congratulations, George. Our next honoree's career and guiding core value is defined by the word respect. During his 26-year career on the bench, Judge Fred Lawton sat in every division of the county court and many divisions of the circuit court. As chief judge, he presided over the Ninth Circuit's Business Court Division and was Orange and Osceola's chief judge for 5 years until his retirement in 2019, in which he announced, "I'm not retiring from the community." His philosophy as a judge was be patient and treat people with respect, and he did that in a big way. After 61-year-old hospice patient Larry Thompson was arrested for failing to pay court costs, Judge Lawton took a deeper look at the issue. He concluded that there was a better and more fair practice, and as a result, he threw out more than 21,000 arrest orders for people who had failed to appear at collections court after not paying fines, ending the long-standing practice of jailing individuals when they're located. Judge Lawton's tenure was being defined by persuading the judicial system to acknowledge social problems like homelessness, drug addiction, and mental health issues. Some of his colleagues have said he's not just a special judge, he's a special human being. Not to mention, Judge Lawton is the devoted husband to another Changemaker Impact Award recipient, Shelley Lawton. As he closes this professional chapter as a public servant, but stays active in our community, we honor you with nothing short of what you have given to the people of Central Florida: respect. Congratulations on being one of this year's Live United Impact Award for Leadership honorees.
I want to thank the leaders, the staff, the workers at the Heart of Florida United Way for their constant dedication and diligence to the needs of community members and citizens who are less fortunate than many of us are. The Heart of Florida United Way plays this integral role in establishing this social safety net that's so important in our community. Central Florida is a beautiful place to live, but it is only bettered by an organization like Heart of Florida United Way and its leaders. And so congratulations to Jeff and your entire staff, because you do a phenomenal job, and we're a better community because of you. Thanks.
Congratulations, Chief Judge Lawton. You know, research shows that more than 80% of a child's brain architecture is developed by age 5. Knowing the critical importance of a child's early years, Karen Willis has spent the past 15 years tirelessly advocating for our youngest Central Floridians. As CEO of the Early Learning Coalition of Orange County, Karen brought leadership and innovation, ensuring that young children get the essential early learning they need to lay a solid foundation for a successful life journey. With a network of over 600 early care and education providers, Karen and her team manage $80 million in state, federal, and local funds to benefit Orange County's children. Karen has committed herself to promoting excellence in service to very young children, youth, the physically challenged, the unemployed, and the underemployed. Whether it's combating structural racism or advocating for a living wage for early education workers, Karen's extensive experience and strong beliefs make her a force to be reckoned with. Thank you, Karen, for using your talents to stand up for some of the youngest voices in Central Florida. You have certainly been a powerful friend to powerless children. Imagine them all now echoing to say thank you for your contributions to their lives and our community. And with that, we are pleased to honor you as a Live United Impact Award for Leadership honoree.
I want to thank the Heart of Florida United Way, the Women's United. I am so honored. I am so humbled to be selected for this award. There are many, many times in your life that you get recognition, but this one is very, very special to me. It comes from a group I have tremendous respect and regard for. And I, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank the Heart of Florida United Way, Women United, and all of the folks who work to support our community every day. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Karen. You know, something I've learned from our next honoree is that once the fire of her passion is lit, there is no turning back. Linda Sutherland has always been passionate about supporting children, but she made it official 3 decades ago when she decided to run for a seat on Orange County's school board. As a member of the school board for 12 years, she was a fierce advocate for all students. Then, Linda joined the Healthy Start Coalition of Orange County as the executive director. And there, she lived her passion for 20 years, serving 4,000 women and 3,000 infants each year. Linda believes that collaboration is critical to success, and she has led many collaborative efforts to improve health outcomes for women and children in Central Florida. Her compassionate heart is only rivaled by her fierce advocacy for children being able to achieve their greatest potential. Through the course of your career, Linda, you have undoubtedly changed the lives of thousands of local families. It is on their behalf that we are pleased to recognize you as a Live United Impact Award for Leadership honoree.
It is such an honor to receive this award. I was very surprised and thrilled when I found out that I was one of the recipients of this award. United Way has made such a difference in our community for so many years, and I've had the blessing of serving on their board and many of their committees and doing some of the funding and things like that through United Way. And I know what a difference they make in our community. So for them to acknowledge my work touches my heart and means a great deal to me, and I so appreciate the recognition. I don't do my work for recognition, but it's always nice to have people who have noticed some of the difference that you may have made in other people's lives, and so I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Congratulations to you, Linda. For our next honoree, let's see if you can guess who it might be. What if I said he and his organization helped build our region's $75 billion tourism industry? How about his signature gold pineapple pin? That's right. Rich Maledecchi, former president and CEO of the Central Florida Hotel and Lodging Association, has been an integral part of our dominant economic engine driven by tourism. With a 40-year career spanning a variety of nonprofits, Rich spent the last 25 years with the world's largest regional lodging association. However, beyond the significant business impact of his career, Rich Maledecchi's focus on giving back to the people and communities that serve our visitors can't be overlooked. He established the Educational Trust, which later became the CFHLA Foundation, awarding over $220,000 in hospitality education grants and scholarships annually for local students, in addition to community grants and other scholarships. After the Pulse tragedy in 2016, Rich organized the lodging members of the association to donate free room nights for families and friends of the victims to travel to Orlando, resulting in over 1,000 donated room nights. Annually, the CFHLA Adopt a School program encourages over 100 companies to support their local public schools through partnership and donations. And finally, the CFHLA Cares collection drives provide over 200,000 toiletry and general supply items for homeless students in our Tri-County region. He has accentuated his dedication to our community through his role on countless boards and projects. Congratulations, Rich, on being one of this year's Live United Impact Award for Leadership honorees.
I am humbled and honored to receive this recognition from the Heart of Florida United Way. It truly signifies that my 44-year career of giving back to the communities in which I lived is recognized. I thank Heart of Florida United Way for this honor, and I'm just humbled that you're honoring an individual that has retired, and you're looking back at that individual's career, especially that individual's contributions to Central Florida. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all of tonight's Live United Impact Award for Leadership honorees. The collective impact between the 6 powerhouses we recognize so far tonight is transformative, and it doesn't stop with them. Next up, we'll share the Community Choice honorees. One of my favorite parts of this event is learning about all of the remarkable work that's happening throughout Central Florida. Thank you to everyone who took the time to nominate your favorite changemaker. Every year it feels like it gets tougher to choose, and this year was no different. In fact, we couldn't help but share just a glimpse of all of these outstanding individuals. Let's take a look. Thank you to everyone who submitted one of these amazing nominations. It's now time to share which one of these nominees were selected as this year's honorees. Our first category is the Mission United Impact Award. At times in the nonprofit sector, you'll hear the term serving those who served. Well, the Mission United Impact Award recognizes a champion for veterans or an outstanding service member who has contributed significantly to that very purpose, serving our veterans and being a positive change in Central Florida. While this is our first year honoring this category, we received multiple nominations for today's honoree. Obviously, his impact has been felt far and wide. His motto is, "Veterans are my family, and their families are my family." Congratulations to Fred Robinson of Vitas Healthcare, this year's Mission United Impact honoree. Mr. Robinson volunteers, he educates and supports veterans regardless of time, cost, or recognition. He is known for lifting his voice to advocate for the veterans of Central Florida, making a difference in their lives at a critical time, end-of-life care. Fred performs bedside salute ceremonies at all hours of the day or night. In fact, one of the nominations for this Changemaker said, "I remember one night he was called to visit a dying veteran in the hospital. It was very late at night, and he didn't hesitate to leave his family to complete his duty. He went to the patient's bedside, completed his veteran salute, pinning, and presidential proclamation ceremony with the patient's family by their loved one's side. In the wake of COVID-19, in-person pinning ceremonies proved to be difficult, but Fred didn't let that stand in his way. He created a drive-through, COVID-safe pinning ceremony for Vietnam veterans. This is a personal honor to Fred because he also served during the Vietnam era. Described as a team player, he has developed relationships throughout the veteran community all the way to the Pentagon. Recently nominated to the Florida Veterans Hall of Fame Society, Fred supports many community and government organizations with his vast knowledge and expertise of veteran services. Among all of these distinctions and accolades, the one thing that truly sets this Changemaker apart is his dedication to assisting veterans and their families during one of their most difficult hours. Thank you, Fred, for your service in uniform and for serving those who served. Congratulations to the first recipient of the Mission United Impact Award, Fred Robinson.
By being a veteran, it's important to me that veterans get taken care of. Serving on the back end of Vietnam, while we were serving, we didn't get the best care or appreciation when we came home, and it's stigmatized a lot of the Vietnam veterans. But what I try to do is let them know that that was then and this is now, and to go ahead and be that individual to make a change in that particular veteran's mindset and to help the veterans in the community and their families. I want to constantly and continuously raise the bar for our veterans and their families, because the higher the bar is raised, the better care that they're going to receive. So until the day I die, I'm always going to be a veteran and I'm always going to be a Marine. I know in my heart that I was supposed to be doing what I'm doing now. It's just like when I was a little young kid. There's two things I wanted to be, was a football player or a soldier, and the Lord blessed me to be a Marine. But at the end of the day, we're all Americans, and we're all in this together, and we have to do everything that we can to raise the bar for our country and our communities. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Marines don't cry, but our eyes get sweaty sometimes. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Fred, and again, thank you for your service. Next is the Women United Impact Award, which recognizes a woman leading and inspiring change in Central Florida. This individual leads with purpose and has a strong commitment to serving others, empowering her neighbors, and making a lasting impact in her community. Imagine struggling to make ends meet and yet still finding time to help and lift others. This kind of sacrifice is what makes Cecily Wilson this year's Women United Impact Award honoree. Her history of community involvement is unending, as is her drive to make a difference, empowering women every day through her positive messaging. She continuously shines bright in the darkest of days, and an unstoppable force for changing perceptions, challenging paradigms, and helping all women. And she has been there for women throughout the community, reminding them that when they fall, they can get up stronger and better than before. To describe this process, she's even coined a phrase, fall into fabulous. She has led through her Women Empowering Women, or WOW, program, which is a great success, and also spearheads an annual back-to-school initiative. Congratulations to the first recipient of the Women United Impact Award, Cecily Wilson.
Every woman has a backstory, and when they tell that backstory and become vulnerable, it creates a community. It allows you to open up to other women who may silently be suffering, ashamed, embarrassed, because I'm Cecily Wilson. I'm on TV. I can't let anyone know what's happening in my life. But meanwhile, you're circling deeper, deeper into a pit. So it's vitally important that women share their stories, because who better to help another woman go through something than a woman who's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. You're not gonna go to a mechanic to deal with a life issue. You're gonna go to someone who's been there and done that. And so that is why it's so important organizations like Women United and others, and even my organization, are there to help fill the gap for other women, to be a safety net when life seems to fall apart. It's going to be my charity, WOW Legacy Group, which is an acronym for Women Overcoming with Willpower, because that's exactly what it takes for us to overcome any life adversity, is that willpower to do it and make it happen. So thank you for giving me an additional $5,000 to make it happen.
Congratulations, Cecily. Next, we have the honoree for Changemaker Jr. Age is just a number and certainly doesn't limit the impact you can make in your community. The Changemaker Jr. Award celebrates contributions to Central Florida made by some of the region's youngest leaders. Now, this year's Changemaker Jr.'s nomination comes from a prominent leader in our community. And when the Orange County Sheriff has a suggestion, I listen. Today, it's my honor to recognize a young man who's made a difference in our community by paying humble tribute to local law enforcement and touch the hearts of family members of those who we've lost in the line of duty. Zechariah Cartilage has always had a deep respect for first responders and developed a passion for running when he was only 5 years old. At the age of 7, Zechariah began competing in various 5K events around the community. In October of 2017, Zechariah ran in the Tunnel to Towers 5K in Orlando. This run proved to be a turning point for his life and sparked what created Running for Heroes. He had the opportunity to run with dozens of first responders, many of whom ran the race in their full gear. From that point forward, Zechariah knew he wanted to keep running with and for our first responders. That was the moment of inspiration that led to the creation of Running for Heroes 501c3, which sets out to honor every first responder lost in the line of duty, as well as support those injured first responders whose injuries were duty-related. Zechariah Cartilage, in my mind, you are the epitome of a changemaker. You are dedicating your time and your personal passion of running to honor our fallen law enforcement officers. Zechariah runs 1 mile carrying a flag in honor of the fallen officer. That's right. When most kids are home playing video games, Zechariah is out running miles upon miles to honor our first responders. Zechariah, thank you for every mile you have dedicated to those we've lost. Congratulations on this recognition as Changemaker Jr. And there's no one better to recognize this young man as Sheriff John Mina himself.
Congratulations, Zechariah. We're informed that you are now the recipient of the Changemaker Jr. Award. Such a well-deserved award. Being a law enforcement leader in this community, I really, really appreciate all the support you have given to our fallen heroes, their families, and of course, all the officers and deputies who have also been wounded. Your organization is amazing, and you really, really make a difference in this community. Thank you and congratulations.
When I started this, I just had an idea. I wanted to help out our first responders, and at first it was just running for our fallen first responders 1 mile at a time. But at the same time, when we get more supporters to see Running for Heroes, they can learn about these fallen first responders, and we can ensure to the family that their memory of their first responder and what they did since they lost their life in the line of duty serving and protecting their community, their actions and their dedication will never be forgotten with the help of Running for Heroes. I think what they do is definitely something that's not the easiest, and if they decide to dedicate and risk their own life to help others before themselves, I think that's definitely something that we need to put out into the light and let people know that we need to respect and support them, because they do need it most whenever possible. So I think that's definitely why I want to spread the message of our first responders, and I think that's why I continue to do this up until this point. This is incredible! That's so cool! Thank you for what you do, and I'm just blessed to be able to receive this today, and I can assure you that this will help out lots of people. So thank you so much, and it means a lot to have your support.
Congratulations, Zechariah, on this well-deserved honor. Our final community choice category is the Unsung Hero. The Unsung Hero Award lifts up a person or organization that is making significant contributions to our community when no one is looking. Be it someone who makes a career of service or someone who volunteers their time, we want to honor those who are making a difference at the grassroots level, often receiving little to no recognition for their work. Being recognized for her humble service and broad dedication to the Central Florida community is Jen Vargas, this year's Unsung Hero. By training and education, she's a producer in the film and television industry, but her heart also lies in volunteering and utilizing social media to create and share good news. In the past year, Jen didn't let COVID-19 get in her way of making a difference. During the lockdown, Jen was a volunteer for Orlando Face Mask Strong and the Million Mask Challenge, which helped get hand-sewn face masks to local hospitals and organizations who needed them quickly. A fierce advocate for equality and inclusivity, Jen is one of the original Pulse Angel volunteers, appearing in memory of those slain at Pulse wearing 8-foot PVC wings. According to her nominator, Jen is, quote, the producer, host, heart, and soul of Film Slam at the Orlando Museum of Art, an 18-year-old local film screening series. Like everything else, Film Slam went dark in March of 2020, but Jen never gave up hope. She kept Film Slam's filmmakers and audience engaged with updates on social media. Professionally, Jen gives 110% to maintain Film Slam as a platform for local filmmakers. On a more personal note, Jen has also been a caregiver to her mom, Pam, for the past 10 years as her mom has battled with back-to-back cancer diagnoses. She's a huge champion for family caregivers and an advocate for self-care. Jen volunteers her time, whatever she has left of it, with local nonprofits like the American Cancer Society Orlando, Give Kids the World, Second Harvest Food Bank, and the Coalition for the Homeless. We are so proud to recognize Jen Vargas as this year's Unsung Hero.
I like to be helpful in general. I like to be helpful. I like to be of service. I like to put good things out into our community versus not good things. I kind of think of myself as a change agent in the way of anytime I see a bad thing, I try to be the good thing that counteracts it and replaces it. And that's kind of my philosophy. Anything involving community spirit, especially here in Orlando and around in Central Florida, where a lot of people from outside don't think we necessarily have a community, as it were. They think of us as very transient. We actually do. There are people who actually live here, and I'm one of them. And I'm very proud to be an Orlando resident. And I'm inspired by just people living their lives in our community and just trying to make it better.
This means so much. I was really kind of stressing about Film Slam because we've been dark for so long. And whatever we don't make with putting butts in seats, so to speak, it comes out of my pocket. And I don't really have that to spare. So this is 100% going to our community, to our filmmaking community. And it would mean the world to them to know that we have a place, and now we will. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our Community Choice nominees and honorees. We have one last category to recognize, and that is Changemaker of the Year. Saying that the past 18 months have been filled with uncertainty, unforeseen challenges, and, well, simply exhausting, that would be an understatement for all of us. However, besides the healthcare heroes and first responders who we recognized as last year's Changemaker of the Year, it's fair to say that others have gone above and beyond to make sure our children have been well cared for and their learning has continued. And they would be our education heroes. From instructional staff like teachers, to administrators like principals, to support professionals like guidance counselors, custodians, and food services, your adaptability and dedication to our community stands out. That is why we are proud to recognize our education heroes in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties as our Changemakers of the Year. There are so many of you who stepped up and stood out. Here are just a few to share their perspectives with us.
Things have not been easy being an educator this year. It has not been. We've had to pivot. We've had to move. We have to go online and go different ways. I've heard success story after success story on ways teachers have figured out a way to make an impact on a child, whether that child is in front of them or at home. It's amazing the things that educators and teachers have been doing along the way to support each other and get through this tough time.
They're so inspiring to see. We took everything from them. We took their social life. I'm in middle school. They're just social butterflies. And they went out of their comfort zone and were mastering this and didn't complain. They went out of their comfort zone. They were adaptable and they were successful.
The youth still has a positive impact, and I see them as just radiating this positive energy, and us older folk, we just have to absorb and soak that in as much as possible, so that way we can see the brighter side of this.
The world is a much better place because of those types of people who are willing to go out beyond themselves and do things and give back in some way. And I like to think that there are more of us that want to do that than the folks that don't. So I think our community benefits in a really big way from that.
Most times it's the small things that we do that are the most impactful. And my number one thing is just be purposeful in how you want to live your life. That's how you're going to make changes.
But it's such an emotional fulfillment knowing that giving back to the community and the way I'm doing it through 800 kids and all their family, and knowing the impact that I am able to have on the future of America, quite honestly. These kids are gonna be taking care of us one day, or it could be the president one day.
A change maker is someone who is able to identify what could be, and then stepping up and finding the people that will help you get there. So I think in this type of environment, I've had a lot of help. I don't think I've accomplished anything by myself, but finding the right people and then deciding that you're going to focus on that, I think that's what a change maker is.
You don't necessarily need to be in a powerful position or a CEO to make change, to model change, to be a change maker. It's the things that you do, the things that you say, the way that you act. That's a change maker. That's what being a change maker means.
Thank you, United Way, and thank you so much to all of our community for really rallying around our educators over the course of this last year. They are so deserving of this changemaker space, and we just want to say thank you for recognizing and celebrating their great work as we've gone through what's been a very challenging year.
Congratulations and thank you to our Changemakers of the Year, our education heroes. We and the students of this region could not have gotten through these difficult times without you. And congratulations to all of our nominees and honorees recognized as part of the Changemaker Impact Awards. Thank you to our sponsors who support the amazing work that makes Central Florida the best place for all of us. And thanks to you. You are here this afternoon because you care. And we need more changemakers like you to join Heart of Florida United Way's mission. It's important to pause and celebrate the victories like those we've recognized here this afternoon. But there is still so much more work to do. We invite you to become a changemaker in your own community and continue to make Central Florida one of the best places to call home. Like those we honored here today, I hope you answer the call to service. And with that, this concludes the 2021 Changemaker Impact Awards. Until next year, take care, stay safe, and live united. Thank you, everyone.